All right, so we're just going to throw this out a few times. I'll know within a couple of casts whether or not this is a smooth casting line and just how it feels. So
this is the Force monofilament fishing line sent to me at no charge for this review. This is actually a 20-pound test, and what I want to do with this is compare it to another 20-pound test. I want to put it on a rod and reel, and then I also want to feel what it's like to tie a knot and then also to cast it out just to see how smooth it is. Now, this comes anywhere between 2 and 100 pound test. I went with a 20-pound test. Now, they call this abrasion free, and there's one thing that I want you to notice right here. I have tried to cut this with my teeth. You know, a lot of fishermen, they'll tie on a knot and then they'll try to cut it with their teeth, and this I've not been able to cut. I'm not sure if you can see that right there. There is a bit of abrasion, a little bit of a weak spot, but I'm not able to cut through it. This is a really fine line. It feels really good in the hand compared to another 20-pound test. So when you put the two different lines in the hand, this is the monofilament right here, super smooth, super light, and you can also tell that the color is just a little bit more shiny than the other leading brand right here. And by the way, this is a very well-known leading brand right here, but look at how stiff that is right there compared to how flimsy this is here. And flimsy not meaning that it is weak in strength, but flimsy meaning that it is flexible, and we're going to be able to line it up real easy. We're going to be able to tie on a knot, tie on some sinkers, and then hopefully it's just going to cast really smooth, and then it's also going to retrieve really smooth. So the spool is 1,000 yards, so you're going to be able to do 1, maybe 2 of your fishing rods, depending on where you are fishing and what you're fishing for. This is going to be in the river, so there's going to be a pretty strong current, and it's going to be drawing out my line quite a little bit. And so I want to make sure that I have plenty of line on here. If you are using this as a leader on a bass pole, I would not use 20 pounds for fishing for small game like bass and crappie, bluegill, things like that. I'd go with a much lighter weight. But if you were fishing for like northern or walleye or something that has a little bit larger teeth, you might want to use this 20-pound test as a leader for that, for your flipping rods or for your casting rods or things of that nature. But here in the river, we're just going to go ahead and just do a straight 20-pound test all the way through. Okay, so the way we set up a snagging rod is that we will put a sinker at the end of the line, and then we'll put a hook up the line a couple of feet. So I'm just going to go ahead and twist this on here a few times, and you know, just for first feel, it's a super light and easy to work with. All right, so that was pretty easy for a 20-pound test. Next thing we're going to do is put this on about a few feet up here. And this is the way we do our snagging hooks here in Iowa. Just like that, right in line. Now, we're going to go to the river and see what's happening down there.
I like it. See, this is all we do for snagging. Just kind of let it sink, draw it back. I might hit a snag out here. Okay, so a couple of things about today. We didn't do a lot of fishing, but it was good fun. Just wanted to test this line. I think it's a super smooth line. I can cast for a mile. The retrieve is super easy. I got a good reel on here, good line, and you know, running into snags, it's tough. It's that 20-pound test. I wouldn't go much higher than that if you want to. I wouldn't go much higher than that for river or you know, work for game fish. But if you are out in the ocean or if you are somewhere else that needs a larger test, then it does go up to 100 pounds. It goes all the way down to 2 if you want to use it for a flipping rod, for a bluegill rod, or for a crappie rod. I don't have any issues with it, and I don't think you will either.